Yeah, trying to think what else. Like we got a lot of like characters, but not the full
Mm.
art ones, like the kind of just
Yeah.
regular foils.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of different like versions of Azula. We got a couple of
Nice.
different versions
yeah.
of yeah, we got like a couple of different Zuko's. Yeah, it was just super cool because like I have very little like knowledge of like all of the cards in the set, so it's just fun to pull stuff and be like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't know what this does.
I'm the same. I've not
Yeah.
looked up anything bar like the ones that we've chatted about. Me, you, Mark, and Steph have chatted about. So I don't know anything about it. We got the Cabbage Merchant.
Nice.
And Gwen got one of like the animation stills.
Oh yeah.
Which is lovely.
Oh my god, guys! On Magic Arena, you can buy like pack. I don't know how to describe it anyway, and I have to like double describe things. So on Magic, you can like say a few things like hello and like oops and shit like that. But anyway, you can buy a pack that makes you be able to say like, oh my cabbages and stuff. I'm like, I need it. I fucking have to have it.
Beautiful.
Mm.
When you open the boxes, there's a quote underneath the tear strip from each character.
Oh,
And the Zuko one is the best one. Because it says, hello, Zuko here.
lol. He's so awkward.
Mm.
Have you listened to the Avatar podcast with Dante Basco?
Is that the one him and Thingy that voices Korra?
Yeah, it's really good.
I started listening to it when they started making it, but I fell off.
I just like some of the stories are nuts. Like I think Dante Basco talks about how like when he was auditioning for Zuko, they hadn't written season 2 or 3, so they had no idea where his character was going. So basically everything his performance is like he's kind of just like winging it because they haven't actually figured out whether at any point he would be like redeemed or if he would go more of like the Azula. It's like quite cool.
Because I remember hearing an interview with him where he's like, he had like that really surreal moment where he's voice acting beside Mark Hamill when they're doing like the scene where he gets burned. And he had like a moment where he ruined a take because he was just like, oh, hold on, I'm Luke Skywalker in this moment and you're Darth Vader. He had like this whole moment and Mark Hamill's like, that's really cute. Let's do the take, please.
Oh.
It's so cool. It's such a nice set. It's so lovely.
Such a nerd.
Shut up, man. You don't know me.
This is some voice options that you can get.
Oh. Sorry I will try and mute my mic, but there will be a lot of sniffing.
They've got Flamio Hotman.
Obviously.
That's one of my favorites, and it's the Quenchian.
It's the Quench. Oh, I got it's the Quenchiest card. It'll
you got
quench
a shiny one.
I got a shiny it'll quench you.
And you got like, do you know the Avatar fan, the guy who goes like all foamy mouth?
Oh yeah.
We've got a hollow one of them, and all the foam is like the foil bit of it.
Amazing.
It's so good.
There's some really good ones.
How is your new job going?
It's good. I haven't been in 2 days because I've been ill.
No.
Yeah, I'm quite sick. Oh, Joe, Joe took a picture of me yesterday to be like, yeah, Gwen's good for the time, because when you were chatting about whether we were still good to play, and then he never sent it, so I forgot you guys don't know I'm ill.
Because I was going to, because you were sitting there with like your mug of Lemsip,
I was like,
but also it was such an unflattering photo. I was like, you're going to be mad at me if I send that.
Yeah, it was really not flattering because I was very much a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wear this. Hold on, it's just on the bed. Shirt. Now it has my little NHS Scotland on it. Look at that. I still serve in it, but I'm miffed because I started out wearing whatever I wanted. But no, it's going really well. It's going really well. I've got access to everybody's medical records in the whole of Scotland. Except for you guys, because I know you personally, and I'm not allowed to let you guys up before Shree tells me off.
I mean, technically, you're not allowed to look up anyone that's not, like, related to your...
Oh, yeah. I'll just look
Not
up
just us.
Well, I'd have to get their like CHI number, so if it doesn't come up somehow.
It's like when you type the random numbers at the end of D&D Beyond to see who comes up.
Just to see, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to see who Raz's character sheet neighbor is.
And speaking of jobs, there is another person to congratulate for getting a new
That's
job.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you, sir. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Boo.
Long time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Long time
Hooray,
coming.
boo.
What a good end to the year.
Boo.
Rosa's annoyed because I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I understand.
But she
But
doesn't
also-
have to support your butt anymore, so...
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I am very excited.
Good.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking at
leaving.
place. We've been through this. Row is going to make me feel as guilty as possible, which is
Oh, wow.
in her. Yeah, just fair enough. I've been looking at places to stay.
Who, Rosa?
I thought the north of England was supposed to be cheap.
I don't know.
Cheaper in fucking London, I would imagine. But...
Not that much cheaper.
Really?
Not that much cheaper, but all exciting stuff.
Ooh.
That was sudden.
That was sudden. It's because they're having a chat. And I won't lip read because that's rude.
I mean, you can't really see Rosa's face, to be fair.
That's true. Rosa's just glowing.
Can you
She's
tell the
okay.
disdain?
Yeah,
No,
I mean, you can definitely, yeah.
I may have substituted some vital ingredients in the recipe.
Oh my god.
God, you're really
fine,
not.
it's edible.
Well, you make it easier for when you leave. It's
Instead of
like, you're
salt,
like,
he's
well,
used
remember that
bell
meatball? I didn't do it right, so.
Exactly.
Well, okay, let's think of it this way. There is the National Video Game Museum in Sheffield.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to visit for that alone.
So
Not to visit.
not for archery.
No, of course not.
Everyone has said, "Oh, Sheffield's nice," as in like it in a surprise tone, like it's not as bad as you think it's going to be.
Oh.
And I've also heard highest rate of teenage pregnancy,
which is not true. That's Scotland
as a whole.
But as a city, Scotland doesn't qualify.
That's a city. Surely that would be like,
the city of Scotland.
Dundee.
That's in London, right?
Linguini is not great either. Tastes strong.
Strong Guini.
Oops, I picked up the wrong type of pasta. Strong weenie.
Strong weenie. Strength at 20. This is not a good coffee. I did not make this well.
Well, consolation, this is a good cup of tea.
Well, I didn't make that either.
Funny if Joel was just like patting himself on the back. Like,
yeah.
Is that a consolation? I made a cracking cup of tea.
I put the water in. You did all the other steps.
No, you did. Like you put.
No, you did the. You did no. You put the stuff in the mug. I put the water in, and then you did the milk. We were taking.
All right, stuff in the what, Gwen? Stuff in the what?
The mug.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm not even gonna be able to do her voice because I'm gonna be like, she wakes up with a cold. She's lost her voice. Soz.
Right, Rosa, stop being angry about meatballs and moving now.
Yeah, we have to play.
No more angry.
You must be super
Not while we're
happy,
here.
Nazia, now.
Yep.
Oh yeah, sure.
Suddenly, Klaus from a blizzard appears.
He casts harm on Valar.
On Valar.
70 damage. Done.
What?
Oh no.
More than done.
Rightio. Well, I think that's a good point to segue into our forecasted D&D for this evening. Is everyone ready? Does everyone have drinks, snacks, dice,
Oh, dice.
character sheets, Owlbear Rodeo, etc.?
Rodeo is needed.
It might not be needed, but it's always handy to have open. Plus, I move the little party token at the end of every session, so it's updated. And before we kick things off, we did have a slightly shorter session last time, but would anyone like to do a quick recap for a point of inspiration?
I think Cherie should do it.
Look, leave
There's
me
one-
alone.
At what point it just got really dark?
That's
and
bullying.
cozy.
That's bullying.
Yeah, they're bullying me.
Sorry.
Look, I have health issues. You can't make fun of that.
No, stop. It was said with love.
You can't play the victim card, Cherie.
Oh, she just did.
It has
Very
been
well,
played.
quite
Which
frankly.
exactly.
We did a... Did we interrogated? Thalar interrogated.
Yes.
Sorry, Joe. Did you want to do it, Joe?
No. I did it last
Oh,
time.
sounds like you're about to start, yeah. Well, I've got notes, so I don't know if that's cheating.
That is not cheating. That means you are paying attention. And that's more than I ever done, so.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen your notes, but I've heard tale of them.
Charlie just
Hello,
said Strad, question mark.
Occasionally would write a word and then be like, I don't know what that
It
is.
all worked out okay for us in the end, didn't it?
That's true.
Yes. Winter, would you like to do the recap?
Winter will not, but I will. So Thalar interrogated the Dwagar, and we learned a lot of stuff that I'm not going to go into because there's a lot of it. And he tortured him. Did he torture him? That's a question mark on my sheet.
I mean, you did more than torture them. You fucking murked one of them in front of the other.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did that. Sorry, you're not supposed to do the recap. You're the DM. But you're right. Blah 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 blah. Asked him lots of questions. Then we went. Then we went over the spine of the world, and we saw a sign that said "Welcome to 10 Towns." Bish bash bosh, all good nosh. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
Take a point of inspiration.
I don't feel like I deserve one.
Well, you can have one for being poorly, and hopefully
Ah.
it will brighten your day.
Oh, how sweet.
Yes, you interrogated some Dwargar. You learned a lot of information, particularly about their operation in Icewind Dale. And we finished last session on your final day of travel to Bryn Shander, which is the capital of 10 Towns. And the last thing we saw was a sign that welcomed you all to 10 Towns and listed the various 10 towns and their directions from where you currently are standing. So, with that, we will kick off session 3 of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. And this session is titled An Icy Welcome. We will pick back up several hours ahead of where we left off last session for the sake of expediency. Garn has led the 5 of you and your 2 wagons and your 2 axbeaks further north along the 10 trail towards Bryn Shander. This final day of your trek is relatively uneventful. The scenery here is now especially flat compared to the quite rocky terrain that you have traversed over the last 2 days as you crossed the spine of the world. Overhead, the infamous Rime thunders on, casting this wicked blue and purple haze around you as you progress. And in every direction, there's some occasional hills, but the land is generally this sort of flat rolling tundra. And for those of you that are familiar with this territory, so that would be Nasia, Thalar, and Winter, you would know that if it were not for the snow that now blankets everything, that the landscape here is generally green, but it's this kind of thick layer of moss and tight clumps of plants. It's very spongy. As your final day of travel begins to come to an end, Garn will start to slow the axe beaks, and the wagons are beginning to lazily lurch to a halt. And just before the rime vanishes overhead, signalling sundown, you all see ahead of you a shape through the gloom. Again, Thalar, Nasia, and Winter, you would all recognise the silhouette of Bryn Shander ahead of you, the capital of 10 towns and your destination. The city itself is elevated above the surrounding tundra as it sits atop this large, perfectly smooth plateau. The edges of the plateau are steep but soften as they reach the plains below, like some sort of ancient maker filled the earth up too much and then scraped away the excess, like scraping away the head of a foaming mug of ale. At this distance, you can just make out twinkling lights atop the walls that completely encircle the city. And at equal points along the battlements, squat round towers are positioned, and atop each, from this distance, you can just make out the shape of what looks like extra large crossbows. Garn will lead the axebeaks and the wagons to one side of the trail, and as he forewarned you way back at the Trailhead Tavern, this will be your roughest night of sleep yet, camping out amongst the snow on the plains of Icewind Dale. So, before you all set up camp and take a long rest, I am going to ask for your first winter survival check as a group in this campaign. So, the way this works is I'm going to ask everyone to make me a survival check, and then I will tell you if you have succeeded or failed. Based on the current equipment that you have for surviving out in the Arctic tundra, the DC for this check is a staggering 22. So that is what you're trying to beat. If you have individually, but it's a group check, so if you have cold resistance, you will always have advantage on this survival check roll.
Do I have cold resistance? I don't think I have cold resistance.
Guys, I've
No,
got
I don't.
-1 to survival.
I've got
Archie.
+4 and I've got advantage. So
I've got good, but I didn't get a 22.
I've got +7, so let's see.
that's cocked.
It's my wisdom. Remember, I have crazy wisdom. Oh, it bounced. Oh, I got a 21.
I also got a 21.
No, we're all gonna die. I know we don't die. I know we don't die.
Charlie, can't believe you're all dead.
We did die.
Indeed.
Let's just keep walking. Fuck this.
Oh, we'll still get exhausted in that
Not
case. I guess.
great.
So same disadvantages.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God,
Unless I get a natural 20, I can't get a 22. So.
Yikes, Mikeys.
We failed.
Raz, as a fail.
Yes.
Luna?
Failed.
Thalar.
Oh, sorry.
15 fail.
Nasia
10 fail.
and Winter.
21 fail.
So, unfortunately, with the equipment that you currently possess, it seems that making a decent shelter out here in the tundra is going to be harder than you first thought. As a group, can you describe to me what or how this shelter, this sort of miserable camp that you managed to string together, looks like?
I feel like the tent doesn't properly stake to the ground, so it's like flapping and like it's all the wind's just coming under it, so we're all just like, you know those mobile game ads where the woman's like on the bed and she's shivering because the window's broken? That's what we all look like. I'm glad you all knew what I meant.
Especially me.
What a perfect description.
Yep, that's exactly what's
that was
happening.
better than what I was going to go for.
no, keep adding to it.
Brilliant. Could it be like we've just parked the wagon and taken both of the tents and just like stretched them over like an awning, like so it's just like a diagonal sort of like shelter, and it's just still the howling wind and it's flapping.
Oh,
And
we're stupid, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're all fucking dumbasses.
imagine it's just like Arctic tundra where there's like no features of anything, like no places we can like hovel down into like a cave, or there's like it's just like wide open and empty. Is that kind of what it's like, Charlie?
Yes, it's very barren. And what you didn't quite take into account was when you're up in the caves in the mountain ranges, the cave entrance would shield you from the worst of the wind. Out here with your canvas tents, there's just the horrible combination of the sodden, snowy ground and the wind whipping through the thin canvas all around you. As we settle into your night's rest, the first thing you notice is how remarkably pitch black it is. As the rime dissipates overhead and you see the stars begin to twinkle once more above, the darkness crawls in around you all. And the camp... And I imagine you guys probably don't manage to get a fire going out here. The camp becomes this little circle of light in a vast ocean of blackness. The 5 of you, 6 of you, including Garn, could opt to take watches, but in this situation, you would be staring at the inky dark with very little to go on. We took a long rest last session. Nothing really has happened on this day of travel, so you can take a short rest if you'd like. You will be unable to take a long rest this night, but please mark off 1 day's worth of rations. Would anyone, despite the darkness, be taking watch this evening?
I think
Watch is the wrong word, but someone should be awake and active.
I think
Even if they can't see
Raz definitely would, just because of like kind of like the oath he's sworn to look after Luna and Winter. I think
Yeah.
he would
Even if it's just sitting there like, I see nothing.
I think it's very much because of the makeshift and shoddy sort of camp that we've got. I think he's kind of like sitting outside the tent, and I imagine we've got like maybe just like a couple of logs that are too wet to catch fire because of the snow, and they're kind of like ashen and like smoldering, and he's kind of sitting by that because, you know, Dragonborn, we don't have dark vision, so he's like, he literally, it's just this mote of light, and he's sitting there like hand on, like one hand on the spear, the other hand sort of like loosely gripping the shield, and he's just kind of sitting on maybe like an upturned crate and doing that thing where like you're just trying to stay awake, and just every so often his head kind of nods a little bit, but he's just, I think he's going to take watch as long as he can, so like everyone else can get as much of a rest in under this tent as possible.
I think Luna will, if he manages to stay awake to wake her up, will go after him. She can see a little bit, but I imagine it's just like nothingness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
yeah, she's like, I'm not going to be able to sleep in this fucking cold anyway. So she's just like shivering, staring at nothing.
Could both of you make me perception checks, please? These will be at disadvantage given the...
Sorry, what kind of check, Charlie?
Perceptione, of course.
Thank you.
I was so good last session. I like wrote a note and everything.
That is only going to be a 12.
Also 12.
Both 12? Fantastic. Raz, as you take your watch...
Oh. Luna disappears.
She
Oh no!
vanishes.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Raz, as you take your watch, and as Archie said earlier, watch maybe not be the correct word here. As you sit alone in the cold darkness, you ponder this journey so far. What's going through Raz's head?
Right now, I think it's very just much like immediate thoughts of stay awake, like I need to try and put something more on that fire. It's very much just like living instinctually as opposed to mulling over the journey. And I think even for him, even for a Silver Dragonborn, I think the cold is getting just to that point where it's biting into him. And he's like, maybe for you, Luna, for the first time, you're seeing him pull like his cloak tighter, and he looks very unhappy. Not like overall, but I think it's just he's not liking this weather. But as soon as he kind of like catch that moment of him, you see him kind of sit up a little bit more and try and regain composure in a way. But no, like I don't think there's not a lot going through his mind that isn't directly responsive to what is happening in this moment.
As you come to the end of your watch and you go to rouse Luna from her slumber, the pair of you, as you're sort of crossing duties, notice far to the east, far enough that to trek out into the darkness would be foolish and deadly. You both see blue lights far to the east in the darkness.
Even through like the dark.
They are bright, almost incomprehensibly bright, and pierce the darkness. But it seems to be moving away from you.
Is it like a cluster of lights, or is it a single light? Is it difficult to tell?
It's difficult to tell. It's almost a blur at this distance, but it seems to be 3 sets of lights. Sorry, 3 individual lights that form a set.
Would in the back of the cart or anything, would there be anything like a spyglass?
Yeah, I'll say that it's not in the cart, but I'll say that Garn, as the leader of this party currently, has a small spyglass that he uses just to like peer ahead. It's not been very useful because it's been so dim.
Yeah.
But if you go sort of, you'll see it's attached to his pack.
Is Garn sleeping at this moment?
He's sleeping, but it's not like he's guarding it. It's just like beside his bedroll.
If, as quietly as he can, I think Raz will try and grab this spyglass and use it and look out towards where the lights are. Kind of like as he goes, he says to Luna, just like, keep an eye on those. Tell me if they disappear. And he's just going to like duck into the tent and try and get the spyglass.
Yeah. I'll say that Garn is a heavy enough sleeper that you won't need to make any sort of stealth check. You can grab it. But he does kind of shift and grunt a little bit as you are like ruffling and rifling to get the spyglass off of the clasp of his pack.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like I'm pretty sure like Raz's fingers would be slightly shaking as well with the cold, and he would be like doing that sort of thing where you're like, if you ever done communal sleeping, you're kind of like clambering over and just being like, oh, sorry, just kind of like that whispering sort of like apology, and then get the spyglass and head back out. And he would just like, I'm assuming it's like one of those like little ones. It's not like a full telescope, and you'd like utilize it to try and peer into the darkness.
Yeah, go ahead and make me another Perceptione check, please. This one will be with the spyglass. I'll say that cancels out the disadvantage, so this will just be a flat roll. But you're still looking into darkness, I'm afraid.
No, that is 2 on the dice with a 4 total.
With a 4, you can see the blue lights at a kind of closer distance through the spyglass.
Wait. Can I give my inspiration?
Are you sure? I mean,
I was like watching the whole time. I was like helping gauge where they were last.
I was going to say, Luna takes the spyglass and turns it the right way around.
Yeah, I really want to know what they are.
okay, I will happily take that inspiration. Oh, even better. We are looking at 14.
With a 14, Raz, you look through the spyglass, and it's hard to gauge how far, but you can comfortably assume several hundred or so feet. So not close enough to concern you. But through the gloom, and perhaps with the aid of Luna, you just manage to look through at the point that a star's light kind of twinkles down. And you see that the 3 blue lights seem to be emanating from the silhouette of a humanoid. Something shambling through the dark, away from the camp. And as you stare at this visage through the spyglass, the figure stops. And it slowly turns. And you realize the 3 blue lights, 2 of them burst from where its eyes should be. And the last is coming from its mouth, twisted into a scream eternal. And it turns, it looks down the bullet of the glass at you, and then turns back into the gloom and shuffles off into the darkness.
Yeah, Luna, immediately for you, like, you see it's like that sort of shiver runs up Raz's spine and the spyglass drops out of his hand. And like, maybe he kind of like tries to fumble and catch it, but his fingers are too numb to grab onto it.
What do you see?
He's like struggling to form the words of like what he's seen, and he'll say, "It was it was a thing, a humanoid. It was the light was coming from its eyes and its mouth, and it looked at me.
Looked at you?
Yes, I'm 100% of a feeling. So
Did we move?
It was moving. It turned back away, didn't it?
Yes, it is moving away. And as you're having this discussion, the light is getting slowly, but is getting smaller.
He kind of takes a breath and says, I think it's moving from us, but keep a close vigil. If it returns, then I will just be in the awning of the tent. I shall not move further in, just in case. If I have brought this ire upon us, then it is my burden to bear. Are you going to be warm enough out here?
Anywhere.
He he's probably got like
No.
No, he's gonna do it
Don't
anyway.
breathe.
He takes the cloak off
No!
and throws it around you, and he just like, without taking your protestations for an answer, he just like tucks it round you, and he says, "I have winter in there." and he's just gonna like duck back into the tent.
So now you set up perch where Raz was standing and or sitting, and you pull the cloak tight around you. And after Raz's description of this thing out in the wastes, the darkness, even for you if your dark vision, seems to creep ever closer to the six of you. And if Raz was feeling the chill of this evening, then you might as well have been plunged into an ice bath. It feels like, for a few moments during your watch, that you may never be warm again. And it's only the spirit of fire within you, perhaps, that keeps you from dozing off where you sit in the snow. But your watch passes uneventfully. Garn will wake you all, not even at daybreak, fairly early, while it is still considerably dark. The night's rest was uncomfortable, cold, wet, and your canvas bedrolls and tents suffered considerably at the hands of the snow, but you only have a few more hours of walking until you reach Bryn Shander. Garn will stretch. Well, we need to get there early. Like I said, we'll not be taking the wagons straight up into Bryn Shander. There's a small alcove on the western side of the plateau. We'll take them there to a cave, and my man will unload them and take them into the city. And then we'll head up to the gates without the wagons. I should probably warn you. The frost druids, the Circle of the Frost, or whatever they call themselves, they're not too open to outsiders. I mean, they're nice enough, but ever since the rime started, they've been wary. That's one of the reasons we're hiding these supplies.
It is okay, Mr. Garn. I know someone. It will be fine. Don't worry.
Well, okay. Just preparing you for what y'all see up there. Those of you that have been here before, it's not quite the same.
Oh.
And Garn will saddle up the axe beaks, and you put away your meager camp, and you will set off back into the darkness of Icewind Dale along the trail. In our last few hours of travel, is there any conversations or any interactions any of the party would like to have before we reach Bryn Shander?
Can I ask a question, Mr. DM, sir?
Yes.
Do we have a point of exhaustion?
No. So I kind of went over this in session 0, but
Yes.
It was about a few months, about a month and a half ago now, 2 months. So you'll only get a point of exhaustion if you fail that check the subsequent night as well.
Thank you. I couldn't remember it. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So you weren't able to take a long rest last night, and then if you were still out traveling tonight, you'd have to make another check, and if you failed that one, then you would accrue a point of exhaustion. And every subsequent night that you fail it, you'll get another one until you succeed and take a long rest.
Until we have a long rest, which makes sense because we're all sleepy.
So you, as a team, you will all be feeling pretty meh, but it could be a lot worse, and you're in sight of your destination.
I guess that explains the slow conversation in the mornings then.
Yeah, no one wants to talk to each other. We're all grumpy.
Be a nice hot bath, I'm sure, when we get there.
Don't say the words hot bath. Oh. You'll get told no.
Well, eventually Garn will lead you to a fork in the road, and above you you'll see the path switch back on itself up to the great gates of Bryn Shander, and the landscape will very steeply and sharply sort of twist upwards to this almost like the foot of a mountain, but then sharply it gets plateaued, and that's where Bryn Shander sits above the surrounding tundra. But he will lead you west down the path that you would know now leads to Targos, the former capital of 10 Towns. And he leads you probably just not even a mile, and then will very sharply lead you to the right off-road, and you will struggle a little bit with the wagons and the axe beaks as you clamber over some rocky terrain, but eventually he will lead you to a small, very well covered and hidden alcove in the rock that is just large enough that you can squeeze the two wagons through, and you will emerge into a quite sizable little cavern. Large enough that there's actually like a little paddock that the axe beaks can be led into, with a trough and some water, and the two wagons can comfortably be sat over to one side. And at the far end of the cavern, there is a iron gate that is like built into the rock face itself. And once you've arrived and hitched up the wagons, Garn will wander over, and there's like a long drawstring, and he'll ring it, and you hear a bell kind of distantly bellow out. And a few minutes later, a couple of workers will come from the other side of the cavern, unlock the gate, and come in and start chatting to Garn. Well, that's us. My boss here will unload the wagons and take the goods up to the warehouse. We'd better head up to the gate and get you all out of the cold.
That was good.
And with one final look at your axe beaks and your wagons, you will head back out into the cold.
Bye-bye, axe beaks.
Your journey back up to the gates is considerably easier now. You don't have to drag two wagons, two axe beaks, and clamber them over the terrain. In fact, it only takes you about 5 to 10 minutes to get back to the switchback road that leads up to the gates of Bryn Shander. And as you walk up the road, you see that there is a large dark oak wooden gate reinforced with iron struts, and it is currently closed. And sat before it is quite a large figure, sat up against the walls, sitting on the ground. You would recognize this as a Goliath. Male, and he is currently wearing kind of leather jerkin kind of pants, but he is completely topless, and you see that he is covered in these almost like ornamental tattoos. It almost looks like someone has painted a tapestry across his skin, and it seems to portray different events or pieces of his history, or perhaps his tribe's history. And he's sitting there absent-mindedly whittling a piece of wood with a knife. It looks like it's supposed to be a bear, but it's a work in progress. And as the six of you approach the gates, he jumps up. Ah, Garn. I wondered when I'd see you. Oh, everyone. This is Koralok. Koralok, nice to meet you all. And he will go to shake all of your hands.
Do I recognise him?
Yes, you would recognise him.
And more importantly, does he recognise me?
He would recognize you, yes, I imagine so. He would he would introduce himself to Raz, probably to everyone aside from yourself, Valar. And perhaps Nasia, I don't know if you would have met this person before. What do you think?
I don't think I've been that far up north, to be honest. I stayed mainly in like the other town we were in.
The city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when Koralok reaches to shake your hand, Valar, I already know you, of course.
Great to see you again. How are you? How's the wife?
Yeah.
First paragraph in Carlog's backstory. His wife was tragically killed.
Killed. Shit.
Oh no! Oh no!
Charlie's clearly written something.
Or he's trying to decide.
1 second. Oh my god, man. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Just got it. He claps you on the back, and this 7-foot muscular figure takes the wind out of your sails. Wait till I tell my husband that you called him my wife.
I knew it! I was fucking like, he's gonna be fucking gay! Yes!
Oh,
He's gay!
no.
Valar, oh my god, so
although-
homophobic, Jesus.
I don't know how to brush it off. I'm sure Thalar has the charisma to, explain his way out of it.
Could Raz kind of be like, because Raz speaks giant, he's going to say, well, of course, the Goliath words for husband and wife are very similar. You could have gotten mixed up the last time you spoke with him.
Definitely that.
Yeah, you'll need to pop by the shop. Vimak can give you some more giant lessons.
I'll do that.
And then he will go to shake your hand, Nasia, and kind of give you a very searching look. I don't think we've met. What tribe do you belong to?
Tribe. I belonged to my parents' name that I have momentarily forgotten about.
What was your second name?
I don't remember. I don't have
It's here. It's here.
Have your notes, honestly. Tisk.
You've got too many notebooks.
I've got notes!
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Try and pronounce that.
Oh, yeah. Jan daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't recognize that tribe. You just look so much like, well, I'm from the Funlakalaga clan, from the spine of the world, but I could not place whether you are Funlakalaga or Akhenathi. But my mistake. You're clearly from this Steinsdottir clan.
Well,
Okay.
funny you should mention that, but I'm actually adopted, and I don't really know where I'm from, but apparently I'm from around here.
Well, there's only 2 tribes of Goliath in Icewind Dale. There's the Funlakalaga of Wormdoom Crag, and the Akhenathi of Sky Tower Shelter.
Can you spell those, please, for me? Just
well, perhaps the DM will put them in the handouts chat. So that
Oh, perfect! It's like in a video game where they turn to the camera and they go, press the action button.
Press the action button to jump.
Exactly.
But if you're adopted, like you say,
adopted, stolen, found,
Abandoned.
abandoned.
They're all the same in the Goliath language.
he's not far
Sorry, I'll be
off.
quiet.
There's a quick question for you, Rosa. Does Nasia have any tattoos?
No, she has fully no awareness of sort of being a Goliath. Her parents didn't really mention anything to her, and she didn't really think to ask, I guess. She was just like, oh, I guess I'm just tall and a bit grey. and big. And I guess I kind of understand giant, but who's to say?
I don't mean to be rude, but I noticed your lack of tattoos as well.
Ooh, tattoos. That seems like it hurts.
It can hurt, but it's a good pain. But it can be a bad pain at the time.
Is that a thing? Do all of us have tattoos? Well, all of us. I don't really know who I am, so I guess maybe not all of us. But I guess I kind of look like you. But I mean, not maybe not really. I guess you have lots of tattoos. You're a bit taller than me, so I don't know. Are you? Are we? We? Are we us? Are you? You? Am I me? Where am I? Who am I?
We're all people at the end of the day.
Those are a lot of big questions for this early in the morning.
Sorry, we didn't
No,
get such a good night's sleep last night.
I guess maybe they are. Oh, these are just thoughts that come to my head all the time. Sorry.
I mean, these are good thoughts, but to answer your initial question,
Oh, what was my
meaning
initial question?
You were asking about the tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
You did get kind
I
of
was just
sidetracked.
dissing you.
To answer that initial question, though, I can't speak for all Goliath, but in the Foon Lakalaga clan and in the Akhenathi, we tattoo our history onto our skin. And these are the stories of my tribe and those that came before.
Wow.
But
That's pretty awesome.
I suppose, like you, I don't really have a tribe anymore either. I left the span of the world.
What happened?
It is a slightly longer story. But perhaps you all look like you did not have a particularly good night's sleep. My husband and I run Icewind Expeditions. It's a shop just off the main street. We sell survival gear. We can give you some tips for handling the tundra if you are all new to this. If you come by, I'll tell you some more about our tribes.
That would be incredible. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I shake hand very vigorously as I'm very pleased to meet someone.
Now
pat him on the head, like really aggressively. And just blurred, so they're like, "Good job."
Now I would be remiss if I did not do my job properly. I suppose you're wanting entry into Bryn Shander.
Of course.
Yes, please.
Well, it's very simple. I just need you to fill out your names and your reason for visitation in our ledger here. And he pulls out a large tome that seems well used, and particularly probably the only one that they've ever had to use. And it's got different margins and rows and columns for name and reason for visit. If I could just get you all to sign your names there and pop down whatever it is you are doing here. You can just put in the same reason for all of you if that makes it quicker.
Cool.
And he will first pass it to Garn, who will essentially just write his name and say returning to his home, and then pass it to whomever is nearest to him.
Quick question: how much detail do we need to? There's not a very big box here, and I want to make sure I get the accurate information. Can I say holiday, or can I say bodyguard for our good friend Garn? Or do you want me to go into my life story?
Yeah.
I don't know if the box is big enough for that fella, but bodyguard to Garn works for me.
Bodyguard, draw an arrow.
Okay, Thalar will put his name in flourished writing and bodyguard to Garn.
And I presume the rest of you follow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Winter will
I'll put
write
this straight.
needed the toilet. Sorry.
I also want to scan all the names above ours and see if I recognize any.
Yeah, so you will need to make a check for this because he will essentially hand you the book. So you've got enough time to scan the page that you're on. You will see that there is not a huge amount of visitation, and more people leaving the city, it seems. But a few names that do stand out to you, you wouldn't recognize this name, but Winter would be able to kind of corroborate and point out. You see the name Daneth Whalen.
Hey.
Winter, would you like to explain to Luna who that is?
Yes, but give me 1 second, because I want to double check. Yes, haha, it is who I thought it was. She'll explain in her accent that I will not do because I'm so bugged up. That Daneth Whalen is the speaker of her hometown, which is basically like a mayor kind of thing. So
And coming or going?
Yes, was
coming and going. So he is not
right.
here.
Okay.
That makes sense. He's probably doing some business and then going back. So that kind of makes a lot of sense.
The reason for visitation that he has written would be visit the temple.
Ooh.
Aside from that, you don't. There are no other sort of noteworthy names. You do not see the names of the Arcane Brotherhood members, but when you look at kind of the dates, you'd probably see them if you turn back a page or so. It was 3 months ago.
I was gonna put in a specific DM question to how many names were there entering and leaving the book between when the wizards came and where we are now.
Good thing I made the book here.
Just thump.
If Thalar, if that is something that you are wanting to check, you can very kind of quickly turn and scan one of the previous pages with Luna as well. And you would see that the dates kind of line up, that the 6 members of the Arcane Brotherhood arrived at Bryn Shander around 3 months ago, as Garn said. So there was Valin, her apprentices Tali and Terra, the wizard Avarice, and the other wizard who Garn described as a red wizard called Dazan. I said 6 names, there are 5. Dazan also has an undead servant. The undead servant did not get checked. But you cannot tell whether that is because he did not come into the city or they did not consider him a living person visiting the city.
That's very discriminatory.
And
that people don't have rights.
Yeah, I've got to ask if he's married or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Are you still a widow?
Lord, I'm not even thinking. Fuck off.
You would see that Valin, Tali, and Terra left Bryn Shander about 4 weeks ago or so. The reason for leaving was heading to the western towns for research. And Avarice and Dazan, and presumably Dazan's undead servant, also left a little bit before that and headed to the eastern towns.
No, he wouldn't ask that. No.
Perfect. I know it's early in the morning. Usually I ask where we can get a drink around here, but go on, I guess we've got some official business to do before we can catch up on sleep.
Well, I don't have an appointment. I can't do that. I don't have an appointment in my with the Vesa until the afternoon. So once we get inside, I was going to recommend y'all have a little look around, get acquainted, and then we'll meet at the tavern. I've got y'all rooms booked tonight, and a hot meal, I think, is in order.
We'll do some shopping?
For another cloak that is not absolutely soaking wet, yes, please.
Go to the nice Goliath's place, and they can tell
See
us
if we
some
can get a
stories and get
discount from
Charlie
his
to
wife.
his voice. I told you so much. Yes.
Once you have
Good.
all signed the ledger, Coralock will take it back and seal it with a clasp. Well, this way then. And he'll lead you to the large dark oak wooden gate. And as you get this close now, you'll notice that the full gate can be open, but you'll also notice there is a small wicket door built into the gate. That's one of those doors that is built into the larger gate structure. He pulls out a key from his belt and turns it, and he is able to let the 6 of you into the city.
Doorception.
Does it feel any warmer within the walls, or is it just the same?
It feels much the same, but the walls of the city are a very natural protection against the wind. And as you got higher up into the plateau that Bryn Shander sits on, as you're kind of having this discussion with Coralock and signing the ledger outside, the wind is like buffeting all of you. And as soon as you get through the wicket door, it's like that stops. Like the wind, it's like breaking onto the stone walls here. Well, that's my watch over as well, so once the next guard comes along, I'll see you all at the shop. And he shuts the door behind you, and you hear a click as he locks it again from the outside. And you're now standing in the interior of Bryn Shander, capital of 10 towns. And with a quick scan of your surroundings, you'll see there is a large cobbled main street that stretches forward from the gate where you all stand, several hundred feet or so. And the street is flanked on either side by various different buildings, all constructed from various types of timber and logs. And every building here is sitting elevated off the ground. And those of you that grew up here in the far north would know that to avoid the cold seeping in, all of the buildings are sort of set about a meter off the ground on stilts. As Garn begins to walk down Main Street and you follow, you pass several closed businesses, and you read signs that read, "Fresh fish from Targos, finest timber from Lonelywood." But all of these stores are now closed. Noticeably, and I won't ask anyone to make any kind of check here, you notice that on the front of every building you pass is strung garlands, decorations of snowflakes. And on the front door of every building is a crude mask. Different styles, clearly all made by different people in different hands. But each door has a mask on the front that depicts an owl. The face of an owl, but the curved horns of a goat. And another thing you all notice, strangely so, given the dark morning and the cold temperatures and the howling wind, every door and every window is open. Wide open. Even the houses that are abandoned, they seem to be airing out the buildings or letting the cold in.
Known for their hospitality, but this is a joke.
These people are crazy.
Very good, though.
The owl with horns on it, is that something we would have seen before in our travels? Is that like an animal native to Icewind Dale?
It's a good question. Could you make me a history check, please, Raz?
Ooh, he will try.
Given the nature of this, without giving too much away, I will also allow you to make a religion check if that is better for Raz.
6 1/2. It was going to be so good, and it is no longer good. That's a 7.
With a 7, you would not recognize this, unfortunately. This is not something you've encountered in your years as a mercenary, or even your life before. The best you could put your finger on at a glance would be that this appears to be either decorations for some sort of festival or some sort of significant ritual or rite that is being performed in the city. For those of you that have visited Bryn Shander before, even if it was just in passing once you were leaving Icewind Dale, this was not a tradition that you observed when you were here last time.
Okay.
And as you are slowly making your way down Main Street, it's at this point that, for the briefest second, the sun creeps over the western wall, and is ruthlessly cut short as the rime explodes above you.
Oh.
What do you mean
And
explodes?
as it just erupts in the sky above you. It's not there, and then suddenly it is violently there. The magic of the sky kind of rolling overhead. And as this happens, the main street suddenly bursts into life. People begin emerging from their houses and closing the windows and shutting the doors.
This is fucking weird.
I'm so confused. What the fuck is that about?
I think Raz is just going to look towards Thalar and just see if there's any sense of recognition on his face, or if this to the members of the party who are like have been in this area of the world before, just to see if this is this normal? Because I think this kind of takes him off guard.
Yeah, the Northerners are acting even more weird than usual.
Careful. Outdoors. Yes, this is very strange.
Arn, seeing the raised eyebrows and looks on your faces, will kind of hang back and, with an aside, well, I did warn y'all. Not exactly very welcoming these days.
Why do they have their windows open for the night?
The kind of ducks his head as someone walks past. The druids of the Circle of the Frost. We don't really worship gods here in Icewind Dale. I mean, we have temples to certain ones, but about a year ago or so, that all changed. Every town, all 10 of them, worships one god now. She is known as the Frost Maiden, Auril.
Say again.
He nods his head to Auril, so Auril. And it's pronounced Aw, so AW-RIL, so Auril.
This is strange. Like, yes, people worshipped Auril, but not just her. This is odd.
Yeah, we had a temple here to all kinds of gods. And everyone was free to worship who they wanted, and they'd pay a tithe to whatever god they wanted to look over them. A lot of fishermen would give a small tribute to Umberlee, for example, but Once he looks up, once that started, the Druids took a particular interest in the people of 10 towns.
Huh.
So wait, the druids make people worship this frost maiden, or they are doing it by choice because of the sky?
The Druids say that the rime is a punishment sent by the Frost Maiden. That we have forgotten the old ways. We have not been worshipping enough. First, she sent the winter that never ended. That lasted a year. And when that did not get better, she sent the rime. And then the Druids arrived. They do not force anyone to worship her. But there is a shared belief that by paying homage to her, we could end the winter.
Has it worked so far?
You ask the kind of questions that some of us have been asking. And I imagine we will have a very similar conversation with the speaker when we meet her. She will be most interested to speak to you all.
Good.
But this is not the place to speak about such things so openly. I'll take you to the square. Then I must go check on my offices and see my sister. And Garn will usher you.
Or it has a
Usher
sister.
you further.
We know
He's
this.
not married. Yes, actually,
To
on
his
your
sister, I
travels,
hope not.
he will have offhandedly mentioned that his sister also runs a business here in Brinslander specifically, called Black Iron Blades. And it is the only blacksmith in all of 10 Towns. Garn will lead you further along Main Street. As you make your way towards a large open square, you see more and more of these crudely crafted masks depicting this snowy owl with the horns of a goat. As you emerge into the square, you see a very large open space. All around are the skeletons of what used to be market stalls, now clearly not being used or abandoned for several months. In the center of the square is a large decorative fountain. The water still seems to be running despite the freezing temperatures, and atop the fountain has been carved quite intricately the figures of five adventurers. From this distance, you see four kind of humanoid, a fifth who's clearly either a gnome or a halfling. The halfling is holding their hand up in kind of the visage of casting a spell, and you see at the end of his fingers is where the water is streaming out, and it's been kind of engineered in such a way that it looks like he's casting a spell. And then you also see, not counted as one of the five humanoids, but you see a panther or some sort of big cat has been carved out of the stone as well. Behind the fountain?
New development since we were last here.
That is not a new development. That you would know, Falar. This is called Companions Square.
And is there a history or like an ancient tale, or are they still alive, these adventurers?
Go ahead and make me a history check, please. Given your background, you can do this at advantage. Particularly given your background.
History. 17.
Yep. With a 17, you would recognize this as a party known as the Companions. Let me just double check. Specifically called the Companions of the Hall. And this square, Companion Square, is named for them. The most legendary of this collection of adventurers is a drow known as Dritz Doerden, who, in relation to Icewind Dale, you would know that about 150 years ago, so quite a long time, Dritz and his companions stopped a plot involving a wizard from Luskin trying to become a warlord and basically take over the entire valley of Icewind Dale. But you would know particularly the dwarven figure, so not the halfling, but the dwarf, because that is the leader of your rival town, Mithril Hall, and this is the visage of Bruenor Battlehammer. You would also know that the 5 companions plus Dritzt's astral panther companion disappeared several years ago. Most presume they have died. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I think everyone's first D&D character is like a little bit Dritz Doerden, which is like the edgy drow rogue with the acrobat for companion. As Garn leads you up to the foot of this large statue, you get a kind of a closer look. You see there is a drow figure holding a longbow, kind of flanked very closely by his Astro Panther companion, a female holding daggers, a large human barbarian by the looks of it, that you would recognize as Wolfgar, who was a ragged man, a dwarf wielding a large battle axe that you would know as Bruenor Battlehammer, and the halfling known as Regis, who is holding a staff and is casting a spell from his fingertips. And the water that flows down into this like large basin that sits at the feet of the companions, you notice that the water is warm. Not boiling, but warm, and there's just a little gentle bit of steam rising from it. And Garn will tell you that there seems to be some volcanic activity far, far below Bryn Shander, and some of the water bubbles up, and they use that as natural heating here.
Just makes me think of that warm bath even more.
Well, I'll leave you here at the foot of the statue of the companions. The Speaker's Hall is just over there, and he points to one of the few stone buildings here in Bryn Shander that's clearly some sort of municipal town hall. We have our appointment there this afternoon with Devessa Shane, but if you head up the northern road there, you'll come to the Northlook. It's the largest and, in my opinion, the best tavern here in Bryn Shander. If you speak to Scramsacks behind the bar, we've already got rooms in that booked for y'all.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that name.
Oh yeah, it's he was an adventurer. And he'd never really had. Well, he went by Scramsax. And I guess he was proud of that or something. That's his name. But a very fine publican, if I do say so myself.
Being Republican.
A publican.
Oh. Does this place have a fire? Because I'm still fucking freezing.
It has several, don't worry.
Great!
Yeah, as much as I want to play tour guide for these little ones, I think we should all get warm and dry first.
Little
sorry,
ones.
little ones. Raz is much bigger than me.
What's up?
Also,
Yeah, so am I.
I'll fucking punch you in the knees, mate. Come on. Little ones.
Wait, how
Maybe
tall are
reach
you,
his
Archie?
knees.
Yeah, how tall are you, Archie?
6'1".
This one.
How tall is Raz?
A kingly 6'7".
Jesus. What about Nazia?
Must be up there as well.
Yeah, I'm 6'7".
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah, we spoke about that before. Same night.
Anyone want to do any exploring, or are we going to get a warm breakfast?
How is there
Second
fire if
breakfast.
the wood place is closed?
Just be heading from somewhere else. Maybe that's what we
Or-
brought.
Expedition shop, and then you can take us places.
Wait, no expedition shop. Guys, how much gold do you have? We've got like 10 gold.
I think it would be an idea if we maybe pawned off some of the supplies we found.
6
Oh,
gold.
that's a good point.
Um,
I've got 5 gold, but the party
mean, we can-
inventory has 1 gold, so
I'm loaded. I've got 25.
We need
How do you have
more
25?
Because my
He's
backstory, I'm like
rich.
noble, isn't it, Brev?
in it, Rev.
in it, Brev. So noble.
That's exactly how Thalar talks.
actually, I thought Archie like cornered Charlie in like the lunch hall and said, "Listen, dweeb, if you don't give me more than 10 gold to start with."
Shook him by the ankles, still fell out his pockets.
I've got threatening
Well-
WhatsApps. That's how this works.
Beautiful.
Well, I assume we're close to our quest goal. As in, like,
yeah,
being
but we
to getting our money.
yeah, but we're only booked in for the afternoon slot. We've got the morning to kill.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
can't
okay,
afford to
yeah.
splurge
Oh, until
Well, you have to
after.
splurge.
until after we get paid.
We're
I'm
gonna go get-
poor, guys. My
go-
parents just died. Cut me some
They not-
slack.
Oh
You
my
any money?
god. Like, it's not all about your parents' time. Jesus.
Wow.
Right, okay.
That's not
It's
Winter.
you.
Winter does not say that.
Anyway.
Would we be the what's it called? The Icewind Explorer? Would that be like the general goods store?
Yeah, so in the absence of a lot of other businesses, Korolak and Vimac have also kind of taken on the role as general store as well. So they'll buy and sell certain goods. But they will preface that they are primarily a kind of survival and hunting store. So they're geared towards that.
If we do go there, I think Raz is going to attempt to sell the short bow, the 2 short swords, and the warhammer that he took from that the band of miscreants that we found in the first cave.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah.
So
these
are
in the party
you-
inventory.
So are you heading to Icewind Expeditions first?
Oh, or do we want to go to the toasty place that has a nice warm meal for us?
Toasty place first, and then, like Nazia says,
Yeah, I would say
preferably we get
toasty
paid
place first.
before,
Yeah,
before we
um,
go shopping.
I will come if everyone wants to go to the toasty place and then Raz is like wanting to like nip out and go and sell his stuff first, I will, or like during, I will come with him. But otherwise, we can all go together.
I think Raz would like to do that because he's thinking, if we get some gold and say we don't have enough for X amount of food or whatever, depending on how it is, if things have not been paid up front, I think he's just wanting to cover all bases and have that buffer of gold first, just in case say
Okay.
we need to pay more than we expect.
Winter will come with him. I'll meet you guys at the toasty roasty place with the several fires and the food.
Ordinarily, Luna would go with you guys, but she's like, nah, I'm too cold. Look after Winter.
You'll be like, don't worry, I've got her.
Yes, he
So
has
we
got
are-
me.
So Raz and Winter are heading to Icewind Expeditions. Luna, you're heading to the North Look. Thalar and Nasia, are you joining Luna or heading to Icewind Expeditions?
I'm joining Luna.
I will also join Luna as I want to talk to the people afterwards, like the Goliaths
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yes, we mustn't have too much of a conversation because we have to do that with the rest of the party.
Fantastic. So Garn will bid you all farewell for the moment
Bye.
as he goes to check on his warehouses, his offices, and his sister, who he has not seen for a few weeks.
Oh, cute.
And says he will meet you at the Northlook Tavern in a few hours, about midday, ahead of your meeting with Devessa Shane. Luna, Thalar, and Nasia, you will cross this square and head down the northern main road off the square towards a large multi-story tavern sitting almost at the end of this road. And you can see as you approach that it almost looks like it shouldn't be able to stand up. It's this kind of amalgamation of different buildings kind of built on top of each other. And you see various like balconies that during the normal conditions of Icewind Dale would have this brilliant look out over the northern parts of the valley towards the single solitary mountain to the north, known as Kelvin's Cairn. But as it stands, it would only have a decent view of the ice fields being struck by the glimmering rime above. For Winter and Raz, for the sake of saving some of the storytelling for later when you all visit as a group, you will make your way to Icewind Expeditions, and you will be greeted by Poralock, who has just gotten in from his shift. And he will happily do a little bit of buying and selling from you. You do not meet Vimak. Poralock will say that he is just at home. He's not quite started his shift yet, but he will happily buy whatever it is you would like to sell. So what was it you want to sell?
So Raz would like to sell, unless anyone wishes to take any of these items. There is a warhammer, there are 2 short swords, there is a short bow, and we do have 5 lots of warm winter clothing. If we want to sell those, it would run for 50 gold pieces total for the cold weather gear, unless we want to stave some of them.
I was going to say it might not. Because remember, it's up to Charlie.
Yeah, they might be bought at a discounted price.
Do we want to? I mean, how awkward is it that we're carrying these around? Like, is it
like,
causing?
For me, no, not at all. But I think it's just more like the weapons. Definitely, he wants to sell.
Yeah, I think keep the clothing just in case like ours gets ruined.
Cool. So yeah, he'll want to sell all of those unless Nasia wants the 2 short swords because of her fighting, her dual wielding.
So Poralock will be happy to take these off your hands, Raz.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
However, he will give you a slight warning about the businesses here that remain in Icewind Dale, and that with the current state of 10 towns, unfortunately, goods are being bought at quite a low price and are being sold at quite an inflated price. So he will give you just under market value for these goods. So he will offer 6 gold pieces for each of the short swords.
Okay.
He would offer 10 gold pieces for the warhammer, and he
I
would
see.
only offer you 17 gold pieces for the short bow.
For the short bow. I think Raz is just completely understanding in this instance, and he wouldn't try and push it, and he would just accept that as a transaction.
Yeah. Hey, it's pure profit, eh? You know.
I mean, it's pure.
Your math. Pure profit.
So he would offer you 39 gold pieces in total for the weapons that you acquired from your travels.
Yeah, he will do all the pleasantries of like thanking them for the business and say that it was really just a passing visit. We will be back when we're all in our full numbers. But he will have a like waiting for Carlock to kind of get in and get situated. I think he would have a quick scan around just to sort of see what the state of the shop is in. Not in like a, is there anything like catches his eye, but it's like, does it look like things have been sitting here for a while? Does it look like are they doing well as a business, in the sense of is there something happening within 10 towns that could be affecting the business? Does that make sense? Have I worded that weirdly?
Yeah. Make me... I'm going to say you could either make me a general kind of investigation check, or if you'd like, you could make me an insight check to kind of get a vibe from the interior of the shop here.
I'll go insight,
It's up
I
to you.
think. That's a 6.
You...
What are these rolls all about?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Glancing around the interior of Icewind Expeditions, you would see that there are a mix of goods on display, and the most kind of striking display is one whole corner of the shop is taken up by this large tent, but it's like the grandest tent you've ever seen, made from various different hides, and it even has a small detachable chimney that comes out of the top.
Oh my god.
But you wouldn't be able to comfortably say, oh, these guys are doing well, or these guys are this is a kind of failing business. You get the sense though from Coralock, and you haven't met Vimak yet, but you get the sense that Coralock can generally take care of himself.
Yeah.
You see quite a few bows hanging on the wall, and a few flyers dot the shop advertising different hunting trips and tours that they would usually offer, had it not been for the eternal winter.
Yeah, I think satisfied with that. Just it was more like a cursory glance of like, is everything doing good? And I think he would, after adding the gold to the party's total, he will just wait and see if Winter's ready to go, unless she's been distracted by something.
Is anything trinket-esque, would you say, in this shop?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception, or if you're looking like a little bit more closely, investigation.
I'll go perception. That's 14.
14. You would see... Good question. Give me 2 seconds. What is it particularly that you're looking for, Winter?
Well, nothing in particular. The reason I ask is because I was sorting out my backstory stuff and like picking my personality traits that I hadn't done. And as of about an hour ago, I picked the personality trait. I'm always picking things up, absolutely fiddling with them, and sometimes accidentally breaking them. So she's... While she's waiting for Raz to do the transaction at the counter, she's probably picked up something and is like, just like...
I thought it was gonna be like your shiny thing. Like,
no. She's just like fucking twiddling something, and if it breaks, it breaks. I don't know if you want me to roll for if it breaks, but
We'll get
I
to
don't know
that.
what it
We'll
is.
get to that.
Yeah.
You would see sitting on a little side table by the front door to Icewind Expeditions. Something that 100 or 1,000 patrons have walked past but never glanced. A small, ugly little portrait of a goblin. Set in a wooden frame that may not, VMAC and Corlock may have inherited it with this shop when they got the lease.
Oh, but now I wonder if it's cursed.
Covered in a small little layer of soot and grime and dust, and it's faded, and you probably, you watched Raz stride right past it, but you are like wide-eyed looking at it.
This go okay, yeah, okay. She's gonna like pick it up and like look around and see the like curtains or something off to the side and just like wipe it off the curtains, clean it off, and then she'll probably fiddle with it a bit, and then I think she's gonna take it to the counter, or take it to Raz, maybe not the counter. Go Raz,
Yes.
like tug at his sleeve. I would like the goblin.
What?
The goblin.
He
And she
looks
holds it
down,
out.
and like you're probably holding it in two hands. He just reaches down and grabs it
Yeah.
with one, and he kind of
Like
like
this.
peers at it, and he goes, "My, that's an ugly goblin."
That is why I want him.
Actually, and he just looks. He looks to Carlock and goes, "How much for the portrait of the ugly goblin?"
He furrows his brow. I'll be honest, I didn't even know we had that.
Oh, then it is free. Thank you.
No.
Takes it back.
You know
Take it
what?
out. Was.
You know what? Call it a welcome gift.
Oh, thank you. In her satchel. I can't wait to show Luna. She will hate it.
Could you
Right.
roll me a...
Oh god.
You're cursed. No, you... Could you...
It's the goblin armor all over again.
I want you to roll a d20.
Okay.
And the number is going to dictate how good or really, really bad this picture of a goblin is. Like...
Beautiful.
Please,
Okay,
Lord.
okay.
Wait, is it like someone's artwork, or is it like an actual goblin?
It's a painting of a goblin. It's like a very... Well,
God.
it may be a good or a
love
bad
it.
painting.
Mr. DM, sir, I rolled a natural one.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Some things are just meant to be.
Is it a goblin
Luna, as
or is it
you-
a broccoli?
Winter,
Yes.
describe this natural one painting of a goblin, please.
I think perhaps the artist was attempting to go for abstractism, but didn't fully know what it meant. And has painted a sort of green thumbprint, like an orc's thumbprint, like it's a big thumbprint with pointy bits coming out of it. One could be a nose, perhaps ears. Not super obvious. And I think it's signed at the bottom by the artist. And I think it is signed Gribbo. And I think it might be a self-portrait.
This is saying on the back, Gribble, a self-portrait on a
Portrait.
canvas.
Oh, canvas. I think it's about that big, and the background is blue. So green on blue.
Yeah, the blue is either ice or the sky.
Who knows?
No one can say.
It's
And
very
it's
blobby.
like,
Perfect.
in that way, it's beautifully terrible.
And I absolutely love it. And it's going in my inventory once I've written this down. I hope at the end of the campaign I go through my inventory and then someone's like, "That's a beautiful painting. Gribbo's such a fantastic artist. How did you find his early work?"
I'm just imagining like when Winter dies and we're looting her body, And we're just like, oh, this fucking thing.
And then you have to keep it because otherwise
Someone
I'll
has
haunt
to
you.
take it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
VMAX going to get to Icewind Expeditions and be like, oh my god, where's our original Gribble?
Where did the
It's
group
been there.
go?
It's been in my tribe for generations.
Oh fuck!
It's worthless, but it's
Hunt down
also
that cat.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Valar was
Okay.
definitely going to mistake it for their adopted son.
A natural one. Ugly painting of a goblin signed Gribbo. That's it. Perfect.
beautiful.
Cost override 0.
Priceless.
Infinite.
I
Shoe
love
the backpack.
I love the idea like VMAX is gonna get home and immediately be like insulted by like someone said you're my wife, your family heirloom painting's gone. We have
Ah, fuck.
single-handedly caused the first canonical divorce within our campaign.
The first of many. Right. Thank you very much for letting me buy that. I'm happy to leave now.
Perfect. Is there anything else you would like to do, Raz, while you're here, or will you save it for later?
Save it for later.
Perfect. We will cut back over to Luna, Thalar, and Nassia. You approach the sort of towering visage of the Northlook Tavern, and you will see that sort of strung along the exterior is more of these garlands of snowflakes and a few of these crudely crafted owl masks. And as you push the door in, I'm going to say we take a really quick 5-minute break and we'll reconvene at 9 o'clock. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Fabulous. Then we will be back
Joe
on
has
at
just
9.
appeared in this room, so he is also saying it's fine. This is
Yeah.
good.
Perfect.
All right.
Right. See you all in
See
5
you.
minutes.
Bye.
Doodles. cuppa.
That's for you, Archie.
Okay.
Sorry.
Coaster. For your poop.
Ew, gross. Cup of poop.
Yeah, you don't want to get it on the table.
Ugh.
Alright.
No, don't voice that.
I mean, he's not wrong. Poop where you eat.
No, don't do that. That's the thing we shouldn't do.
That's what I said. Don't.
I only
We cut that off.
Where you eat.
Where you eat.
Definitely. Cut off the don't. Oops, my bad.
Basically shit where you eat. Oh, I should have sold the Durgar crisps that we have.
No, because they're
Yeah,
rations.
I was checking the player inventory and I was like having a wee giggle as we're chatting. It says Dwargar crisps.
Yeah, I saw those too.
What flavor are they, Charlie? What flavor?
The
are they?
Dorgar flavor.
I can tell you what they are. So they would probably be quite an earthy flavor, probably mushroom.
Like
Yum.
chanterelle mushroom or some wanky flavor like that, maybe.
Mushroom and
Shiitake.
truffle.
Magic mushroom crisps.
No,
The
sorry,
magic
shiitakes
is
versus
MSG.
tea.
Shiitake.
Are we all good to crack on?
Aye.
So, Raz and Winter will be making their way. Thank you. Back from Icewind Expeditions. But in the meantime, Thalar, Luna, and Nasia, the three of you, push the door inwards into the Northlook. And despite the rather icy welcome you may have received so far in Bryn Shander, the interior of the Northlook is almost the antithesis of this. Despite the cold exterior, you see that even at this early hour, it is quite lively within. Almost in stark contrast to the Trailhead Tavern that was empty when you guys arrived. There are several small groups of patrons already partaking in some drinks and some breakfast here at the Northlook. You see a large mead hall. There are 3 distinct hearths or fireplaces, you will be glad to know, Luna. There is a large central pillar that is built almost as a chimney over a large open fire pit. And then at either end of this mead hall, there are 2 more fireplaces. With a quick scan of the room, you can see that it looks like the fireplaces were only recently lit. The far end of the hall from the entrance, most of this side of the room is dominated by a large bar. You could see that the surface of the bar, rather than being built at one level, the bar is actually built at separate different levels so that halflings, dwarves, and Goliath can all comfortably lean on the bar and get served equally. There are also a variety of different heights of stool, and certain stools that can extend and be raised or lowered to accommodate different patrons as well. With a quick sweep of the interior of the Northlook this morning, you see that there is a group of patrons at one side sitting near one of the fireplaces. They seem to be regular Bryn Shanders. A couple of them seem to be playing a game of dice with these kind of like knucklebone dice. And at the far end of the hall, at the other fireplace, sits 6 figures, 5 of whom are wearing black armor and have the same heraldry on their tabard. One of them seems to be just wearing kind of regular common clothes. And the rest of the tables in the center around the fire pit are all currently free. Across the room at the bar, there is an elderly looking chap, a human, completely bald, but has this very large styled mustache. And he is currently on this side of the bar, so on the same side as you all, just kind of wiping it all down and getting it ready for the day's service. What would you like to do?
Fire
I
pits looking
assume-
mighty inviting.
Yeah, our rooms probably aren't ready yet, so let's grab a table as close to the fire pit as possible. Try and dry our stuff.
Sounds good. Yeah, there is a large table just beside the fire pit. Falar, you've been to this tavern before, and you would know that this is one of the prime places to sit on a busy evening here at the tavern. But this early on, it is fairly quiet, and you have it all to yourself, which is a luxury.
He's definitely going to try and lie to his party members, teammates, and say that he never comes to the pub in Bryn Chandler because he's strictly work business. So, it would be inappropriate of him to be drinking at the tavern. So he doesn't usually come in here. And he's trying not to make eye contact with all the regulars that he recognizes.
Yeah, there's like people like waving across the bar. And actually, that's at this point, I think this is a good point that you see the elderly tavern keep, who you would recognize as Scramsax, will turn. And as he turns, you'll see that he is missing one of his arms below the elbow, and he's missing one of his legs, the opposite leg below the knee. And he is accosted with various different scars and the kind of remains of various battles fought. And as your eyes all track to him, he turns and he sort of eyes you, Falar. Oh, Falar, I didn't expect to see you there. Welcome back.
Yes, Thalar, nice to be here. How are you?
Oh, well, same old, same old. I'm getting these old bones are getting used to the way things are around here now, but aye, surviving. Can I get you the usual? And he starts making his way around the bar.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
And I
Business.
don't know your
Business.
companions.
I will definitely let them introduce themselves. They'll probably be wanting a drink as well. For business. You want to introduce?
Sure. Hello, I am Nasia. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nasia, nice to meet you. And yourself, my lady?
Just like in the process of pulling down her hood, revealing her human head. And it's just like, Lena, why are you called Scramsax?
Oh, I've been asked that several times. Yeah, and you know what? I can't even rightly remember. I've been Scramsax as long as I've been swinging that hammer around. And he gestures towards one of the mantles above the fireplace. You see on one of the fireplaces above there is a large warhammer that has been like fixed onto the wall. Clearly the memory of his youth. And on the other one there is a very, very large, you would know, those of you that are familiar with the region, it is a knucklehead trout that has been like taxidermied. So it's a very large fish. And there's a little plaque beneath it that will read that it's the largest knucklehead trout that's ever been caught here in Icewind Dale. And it is lovingly nicknamed Old Bitey.
Love it.
Oh yeah, I've been known as Scramsax as long as I can remember. So that's my name.
I wonder if I should buy him a drink and try and butter him up and get him to tell us about why he's decorated his house, decorated the tavern for the rhyme Frost Maiden, and
It's a bit early. Do you think he's gonna
partake? I don't know, based on coming to this pub every time I've been here previously.
You can just ask him.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you've not been around in a while, so they're like, oh, I see you've got some new decorations. That was well,
Yeah, I will ask him. Since the last time I've been here, you've got new decorations, and I hear that they are for a specific druid theme.
Oh, yeah, those are for the Temple of Oriel. I mean, it seems to be what everyone's doing. We all have to do our part to end the rhyme.
And do you feel like it's making a difference?
I mean, it's hard to say. Some days it seems like it's not quite as cold, but I don't know. Gives people some sort of hope, I suppose. I won't get used to the cold, though.
Yeah, tell me the specifics of if you're scared about the cold, why are you opening your doors and windows overnight?
Oh, it's part of the sacrifices. Well, sacrifices might be quite a strong word. The druid, Marcus, he says that is part of our duty. You don't have to partake. It's completely up to you, but everyone else was doing it. So we kill all the fires as soon as the rime is extinguished at night. We open the windows and we let the cold in. That's part of our teachings, you know. Endurance. Aye, that's what Oriel wants.
This Make Us fella, has he got a temple in town?
Oh yeah, him and the druids, they took over the old temple to the gods of fury. I suppose it was, in a way, always a temple devoted to Oriel, but now it's just devoted to her. They say we should focus all our attention.
I'm just curious, because it's been a while since I've been here. If you've stopped worshipping the other gods, have you noticed a downturn in fishing and harvest and all the other general worship abilities, Lady Luck and all that?
The rime makes everything more difficult. I hear the fleet of fishing boats at Targos are barely getting a catch, and there are terrible storms and blizzards. But what can you do? I am a tavern keep. I cannot change these things. I put my faith into those that they tell me to put my faith in. I was maybe a little bit slow to start, and I had my doubts, and maybe I still do. But most of the town's at the temple every night. So it just seemed the right thing to do.
Is this a man who's following the general feeling just to keep people at his tavern? Or does it seem like he's been brainwashed, or...
Make me an insight check.
Cool.
-1, classic. 7. I'm already half cut.
Yeah, at this point, Scram Sacks will have passed out 3 very average mugs of ale.
Suitably distracted then.
You, with a 7, it's hard to get a read, but you get the impression that this is a man who has kind of consigned himself to, this is how things are done now, and I should just kind of follow the crowd.
Okay.
At this point, once you're all beginning to have a few sips of your ale, I'll say Winter and Raz, you have arrived from Icewind Expeditions. Everyone claps when you enter.
Yeah, I don't know. You start clapping like, yeah, woohoo!
You made it back.
You made it back alive.
Sorry, we've already ordered our round. I think you'll have to get the next one.
It's all right, I've gold to spare. We managed to earn about 40 gold from that selling of wares. The prices are rather low. for selling. It appears the town is in a little bit of an economic downturn. Winter bought a painting.
I was given it for free.
Winter was given a painting for free.
I introduce you all to Gribbo.
What is that?
It's
I think it is meant to be a goblin. I love him.
Sure? I'm peering her really closely at it, like,
Yes, bask in its glory. Yes.
What do they
you
say
collect
about?
the weirdest things.
It will look nice on the side of my tent. Back at the back.
I'm an expert in security, not goblin art. So I'll take your word for it as a masterpiece.
I think art is
It's
a
go-
very
it is-
loose term, Valar.
Art is interpretive. I interpret it as a goblin. And I like it.
Oh my gosh, how did you find my artwork?
Oh my god! So you Gribbo, will you sign it?
Oh my gosh,
Technically, it's
that
already
looks so
signed.
familiar.
I'll sign.
Turns out it's my long lost art that I made as like a baby before I was
Yeah,
Like you
literal,
brought
like,
home from school.
Yeah,
Your
my
original
husband's
birth name is
school.
Gribbo. Before you were stolen.
Character backstory solved.
Done.
that's canon now. It's canon.
You've been a goblin all along.
Well, I did say I don't know who I am. This all comes back to my identity crisis I explained.
If I squint real hard, Charlie, at the self-portrait and then at Nazian, is there a similarity?
Make
It's
me a perception check, please.
It's a blob with triangles, like
Have you
I don't-
had your drink yet?
I didn't say the difficulty check was very high. I'm saying make me a perception check.
I can't seem to find that on my sheet, Charlie.
Oh, what now?
Perceptione.
Okay,
Poor
that's
Charles,
an
nice.
18.
Wow.
18.
Maybe a
You-
bit high for
Yeah, I think that's the best you've rolled all night, actually. You look between Gribbo and Nasia, and you notice for the first time on the forehead of Nasia, there's a little zipper. And as you pull it down, there's actually 3 goblins standing on each other's shoulders,
He'll topple over.
wearing cold winter clothing.
Guys, I told you that's why I'm confused.
All 3 goblins speak in perfect harmony and say, guys, I told you, that's why we're confused.
Raz, are you
Yeah.
okay, Raz? You don't.
Raz,
don't
you
look
come back
really
in the
good.
room.
Yeah, he shakes himself out of his delusion. He's like, I've been in the cold far too long. I need a mug of ale.
At this, Scramsax will set 2 more mugs of this bitter ale onto the bar top and will introduce himself. You're a merry bunch. I know Fowler, but I don't know the rest of you. What brings you all to Ten Towns? Or what brings you all to Icewind Dale? We don't see many travellers around here these days.
I will say official party business. We are bodyguards for Garn. Thank you.
Oh, God. Was he going south for something?
He had been south, but he was just making his way back up north and wanted some protection against the snow, hence the muscle.
Oh, I see. Ah, that makes sense. The southern pass over the mountains is mighty dangerous, they say these days. Most folks seem to be leaving Ten Towns rather than coming to it. Well, if yous are part of Garn's crew, he did send a letter ahead. I believe there's rooms and board available to you, all paid for in advance, and I'll put these drinks on your tab as well.
Oh, good hospitality, thank you.
Take the lot.
And everybody drink. That's a Harry Potter reference.
I'll whip you up some food. You look like you could use it after a long march. Get yourself cozy by the fire there. I'll be over in a wee moment.
Love it.
Thank you.
Scramsax shuffles off into the back, presumably where the kitchens are.
Assuming is Luna like as close to the fire she can get?
In the fire.
Yeah, she's literally like so close.
What is Scramsax?
That's a good question.
Human.
He is a human.
Oh no, as in like, what is the meaning of Scramsax?
He's an adventurer until he
doesn't remember.
To the knee.
No, but like, okay, but like, what do those words mean?
Nothing.
They mean
means his
nothing.
name. That's
Okay,
his
it just
name.
means his
Okay,
name.
don't
It's
worry.
like,
we'll
what
have
does
a,
Carly mean?
we'll have a one shot later, and we'll figure out how
The
he got
origin
his
of
name.
Scramsax.
Origin story.
Yeah.
It's like the search for Grog. It's
Well, no,
Scramsax.
it's because separately they mean
yeah.
Yeah.
something. So I'm just
Together,
wondering
they
if
don't
together they mean
No.
something colloquial
It's just
to
a
the
nonsense
English
word.
language that I
Yeah.
don't know because English is not my first language.
The English language, no, but maybe the 10 Towns dialect.
True.
Like
It's a peculiar name.
Just
Nice.
But
scrammy
it's-
sex.
Just good old Scrammy Sax. That's his name. That's literally. So it says in the book, guys.
It is in the
That's
book,
his name.
More story.
The doctor calls. You've got Scramsax. Oh no.
Oh, no.
We don't have a cure yet.
But they're gonna have to
God.
amputate your arm and your leg.
Your
on
arm,
opposite
yeah.
sides.
The Scramsax is spread to the arm.
Yeah, let's
I
spend
will-
some time drying off and warming up.
I was going to say, at any point during your time spent by the fire pit, would there be a point that one of you might go up to the bar to get more drinks?
I would.
We're getting on it.
Sounds good. Nasia, as you go up to the illustrious Scramsax himself and order some more flagons of ale, you will, out of your peripheral vision, see a figure kind of hesitantly shuffle up to the bar beside you and stand there very awkwardly. And he's standing a little bit too close that you ever been in a bar and there's someone at the bar and they kind of, you get the vibe that they want to start talking to you. That's kind of what you're getting just now. And out of your
Engage.
peripheral, you
Hello.
see, you look down and you see another human, very young, very nervous looking. It was one of the group of 6 that were wearing the black armor with the heraldry on their tabard. This is the younger of this group who was just wearing common clothes. And the most striking thing about this individual, as he looks up at you with this kind of unease and anxiousness, is that his eyes are a piercing cold blue color. Hi. I can't be too long. I was wondering, are you from here, or are you like a traveler?
It's an interesting question. I'm not sure, actually. Where are you from?
I'm from here. Well, I'm not from here. I'm from Bremen, but I'm not from there anymore. I'm looking for someone to deliver a letter to my mum. I can't do it myself. And if you're ever heading out that way, I would be really, really grateful. I don't have any gold, but
Oh,
it
it's
would just
okay. Where is
mean a
your
lot.
mom? I will gladly help.
She's called Cora. She lives in Bremen in a small cottage by the lake. Cora Mulfoon. I have a letter here. It's addressed to her. And he pulls out a small piece of paper that's folded over.
I will take it. I am a bit confused as to why you can't deliver it. Are you okay? Do you need help? Can I help you in any way?
Oh no, I'm fine. Sorry, I'm really nervous. I'm heading a different direction with my companions, and I don't know when I'll next see her. And we left in a little bit of a hurry, so I just want to make sure she's okay, and I want her to know that I'm okay. My name's Henry, by the way. I'm sorry. I should have started with that. You're really tall.
Yes, I guess one could say I am tall indeed. I guess. Yeah, I am tall. You are not so tall, but that's okay. We all come in different shapes and sizes.
Yeah. So, anyway,
You're acting very shady and suspicious.
Well, I'm not really supposed to speak to anyone from back home. And I never really got a chance to say goodbye to my mum, and so this is kind of my way of bending the rules a little.
Cult.
You a hostage?
No. It's complicated. I don't really know everything myself, but I'm definitely not a hostage.
That's code. That's code for I'm a hostage.
How many times has he blinked?
100%.
That was the least convincing thing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, not a hostage. Where are you based?
Not a hostage, Henry.
Me and my companions, and he gestures to the remaining 5 sitting down. We had rooms here last night, but we're heading over to Caer Dineval. That's where the rest of the group have set up base, in the old castle.
Okay. What's your group called? Your little companionship gang of not hostages.
They're knights, actually. Well, they call themselves knights.
Oh Lord.
Knights of the Black Sword.
Oh, I see. That's why they're all dressed in black. Oh, very good, very good.
I think I'm one of them now. As I said, this is all very new and confusing.
I relate to that. Everything here is new and confusing too. I guess in some way I too was a hostage in my world. So actually, I can help you, Henry. Let's help each other out.
I love Nazia.
Okay.
Our party's fucking mad.
I'm just really do want to iterate. I'm actually not a hostage. I am very much here of my own free will, and I'm not quite sure how I can help you, but if I should get back to the table. But if you're ever at Caer Dineval and you need to talk, I guess I can talk to you. I'm not sure I'll be allowed. I might have duties to attend to, but I'm not sure. I think the castle's meant to be quite nice.
Yes, sounds like a good prison in some ways. I fully think Henry's a hostage.
I think we all do.
You see this like flicker of doubt cross over his icy blue eyes, and he kind of for a second looks between you and the table and kind of bows his head. I really should get back over.
You can trust. You can trust that I will get this letter delivered to where it needs to be, no matter what I do. I will do
Thank you.
this for you, not hostage Henry.
Joe, you made that so fast.
Again, not a hostage, but I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Not hostage Henry.
Not hostage Henry.
And not a hostage Henry will shuffle back over with a little half pint of ale to the table with the rest of the patrons sitting at the far end of the hall.
I will buy an ale. Well, as I get my ale, I'll like hold my thing to them. Go. Chin
You
chin.
see that as Henry goes back over and you turn and you raise a toast to the 6 of them, that their heads will kind of all turn and they will very graciously kind of raise their glasses and nod at the complete stranger at the bar. And you will notice, Nasia, that not only does Henry have these icy blue eyes, every single individual at that table has these strikingly icy blue eyes.
Mutants. They're mutants.
Are they related to
They're
the
all
freaky
hostages.
shambling
It's like
thing
Professor X. They're gathering.
with the blue lights in its eyes? Yeah.
Back at the table,
We're all having a great time.
back at the table, as this happens, Luna, as Nasia raises her mug towards the table, your attention gets drawn to them, and you see that all 6 of them very briefly look towards Nasia, raise their flagon, and turn back. Except one, whose eyes travel from Nasia and then meet yours. And you see this beautiful scarlet tiefling male wearing this ornate black armor and this tabard that depicts a flaming black sword. And he smiles and raises his mug towards yourself and bows his head.
History. Does anyone know about any sort of like blue eye people?
I mean, I've seen Dune. They've got pretty blue eyes in there.
Yeah, in this stuff.
I don't think Winter's seen that film, though. I don't think she could be bothered. Muad'Dib.
Fucking snow worm comes through.
No, I don't think I've got good enough history.
I don't recognize this person, right?
You do not recognize this person.
Fowler, surely you're in the know.
Okay, have I ever heard of the Black Sword?
Make me a history check, please.
Could Raz do the same? Kind of like thinking of like other mercenary guilds.
Yes, you can do the same, of course.
13 for me. Presumably there's always been that castle there. Sorry, 15. 15.
15, and what did you get, Raz?
18 flat.
So, yes, to answer your first question, Falar, the castle known as Caer Dinaval is one of the oldest structures in Ten Towns. In fact, Caer Dinaval is, you would know kind of just from your travels. And Winter, you would also know this just intrinsically because you grew up in East Haven. The castle was the first settlement in Ten Towns that was established by the Denev family. That they will say they emigrated to the area. The true story would be that is that they actually fled to Icewind Dale to escape charges against them of tax evasion from Waterdeep. And they funneled all that money into bringing essentially their entire household north with them, constructed a castle overlooking the lake, and their entire household was large enough that it could live and build a town in the small valley below. And that spilled out into the town known as East Haven now. But for both of you, in regards to the Knights of the Black Sword, unfortunately, with a 15 and an 18, Fowler, you would not have heard of them in either your studies or in your business operations. And Raz doesn't ring a bell as any mercenary company that you've ever encountered. However, I'll say with an 18, Raz, that it's perhaps something you have heard of in passing, as this group that turns up out of the blue and whisks away patrons to join their company.
Okay.
But only, I would say, this is like, because you're trying to recall this information, this maybe occurred, like, you overheard this one night as a rumor in a tavern.
Yeah, I think you'll probably remember it after the fact, not in the moment. But kind of like looking over to them, does thinking back to the night before, because of seeing it through the spyglass, are the blue of their eyes similar in color to what he saw in the tundra?
Yes and no. Yes, in that they are of a similar hue of blue. Definitely, much like Muad'Dib, unnatural. But nowhere near as blindingly radiant as the lights that you saw the previous night during your watch.
Okay.
And these patrons of the tavern do not seem to appear as shambling corpses or whatever it was that you saw.
But the thing we saw last night was walking west, whereas they're going east currently.
The thing you saw last night was moving east.
Okay.
Away from the camp. In the direction of the general direction of East Haven, Caer Dineval, Caer Koenig, Goodmead, and Dugan's Hole. There are 5 settlements out that direction. So, but from where you guys were camped, it for all intents and purposes, was just wandering off into the tundra.
Yeah.
Where there is no civilization.
I think Luna's gonna walk straight up to the tiefling.
Yep.
And just be like, please tell me what your trick is. It's so cold.
Yes, it is cold. But we do not mind the cold so much. It is nice to meet you at last, Lady Lunfe. And he bows low.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
We have not met before. But I was told I would meet you here. And I would offer an invitation of a meeting with our leader, should you ever find yourself out in Caer Dineval.
Who's your leader?
The Lady Avarice.
Super. Well, it's lovely to meet you too. Also, that's some
And
really
you.
shiny armor you have.
Thank you. We would not be very good Knights of the Black Sword if we do not have nice shiny black armor to go with it. And he extends a hand out, a very limp kind of handshake, My name is Kadroff, by the way.
That's a nice. What are the other species here? Are they all different?
It's a mix, but there are no other tieflings. So the gentleman that you met, Nasia, called Henry, is a human.
Yeah.
And then the
Okay.
majority of the
Human
rest of them
hostage.
are... Let me just double check. I believe the rest are all... Yes, they're all also human, apart from one female dwarf. And then Kadroth is a tiefling.
Do they actually have, like, do I see swords on them?
They have equipment, yes, they have weapons, but they don't look particularly like they haven't been used recently. They seem clean. And they also like they're in good spirits. Like they don't seem to be particularly antagonistic. They're not sitting in sullen silence. Like they're sharing a meal and having a flagon of ale, much like you guys are.
You really don't have a trick for the cold.
No tricks, I'm afraid. It just gets easier in our employment to deal with it.
You're not gonna ask how he knew he was gonna meet you?
I think.
Sorry,
Plus,
Curry,
I did
kind of
ask
broke up a little bit. No.
I asked him already, technically.
Yes, he will tell you that, kind of reiterate that he was told you would be here.
Were you told
This
just
lady?
I would be here? Or them too?
Oh. I was told I would meet the Lady Lunthea here. She would be a tiefling, like myself, and the Lady Avarice.
Wow.
And to extend an invitation for a meeting at the castle. Should your business bring you to the eastern towns. There is no rush.
Understood.
We're trying to seek out other tieflings.
I'm gonna go back over here.
Of course. It was very nice to meet you.
Meet you. Do a little curtsy. She's not wearing a dress.
Nazi will just...
Kadroth.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say Kadroth will sit back down and will rejoin his companions the rest of the nights.
They're super weird.
Yeah, I was gonna like next to Luna be like, they're so weird, aren't they?
Yeah. They're
I'm not
definitely
saying
a cult.
something. Oh, 100% a cult.
I
There's
think
cults
he just
everywhere.
invited me to his cult.
I got asked by the other member, who was apparently not a hostage. Yeah, right.
So Henry.
The human.
Yeah, Henry, the not hostage human.
Just keep adding H words to it. Happy Henry, the not hostage human.
Oh god.
He asked me to deliver this letter, and I will like get the letter out to his mom.
Like
Is it
Nazi
sealed?
got blinked at in like Morse code, whereas like Luna got like, "Hey, we noticed your vibe from across the bar."
How many flagons do you think we've had by now? 2?
Ale.
Ale.
Too many flagons in a winter.
Yeah, that's exactly
Well-
my question.
Oh, technically still on the clock.
Yeah, this is business.
Correct.
What's my constitution? Hold on.
Yeah,
'Cause
so all of these like interactions, so Nasia seeing Henry and then Kadroff speaking to Luna, they're kind of taking place over the morning that you all spend here in the Northlook. So if there's anything else you would like to do during this kind of morning.
So there's us, the Black Knights, and who else?
There is a group of what look to be just like townsfolk that are gathered around the other fireplace on the opposite side of the mead hall from the knights. They are currently drinking and enjoying a dice game by the looks of it.
Ooh.
You proficient in dice game?
No, but I want to play.
When you guys were saying they're definitely a cult, right? Like to each other, Winter may have said a little bit too loudly, "Who's in a cult?" And then obviously has been shushed by the whole table, so we'll go back to drinking her.
No, we won't
Flagon.
shush you. That's far too obvious.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll just like try and spin this tale about like, oh yeah, like my grandmother was in a cult. That was so weird.
She joined this MLM.
She was like in this whole pyramid scheme. She
Yeah,
tried to
there
get
we go.
everyone to use this makeup product in the whole village. It was super weird.
Oh my god, I love Nasia so much.
Can I introduce?
Make me a deception check, please, Nasia.
I'm so sorry if
I will
fucked up.
not let the jokes go unanswered.
That's fair. That's fair. That's my first. Oh my gosh, my first roll of the evening. I've been tame. Gosh, where's my tab?
Where's me tab?
Deception.
Okay, not bad. How many minuses? 14.
14 minuses. That's a lot of
No.
minuses.
2
With
minuses.
a 14, both groups plus Scramsacks seem to buy your story and go back to their drinking and merriment.
I have quite a good constitution because I was going to blame it on her getting a bit tipsy after one, but I don't think she's like that weak.
Before we reach midday, is there anything anyone else would like to do while we're here at the Northlook?
Oh, are we getting a meal?
Yes, you would have been brought a meal. Very similar affair to the meal you had at the Trailhead Tavern. It seems to be a very basic stew. It seems that they're trying to kind of extend the life of whatever food they have and make it go a little bit further. So it's a little bit watery, probably a bit under-seasoned, but it's hot and it doesn't taste terrible. And after 3 days of marching and one very bad night out in the field, it tastes like one of the best meals you've ever had.
Ooh, delicious. Thank you, sir. It's a very exquisite meal. Appreciate it.
Well, that's all on Garn's tab, so if you need anything else, you just give me a wave.
I will tip him 1 silver piece. A bit much. No, I don't know. What's the tipping culture?
Oh, that's very kind. That's very kind. And he takes the single silver piece and goes back behind the bar.
So, with that in mind, what do you know?
With that in mind, that's such a good. I love that. With that in mind,
But I mean, I know quite a lot.
give me
I've
information.
travelled quite a lot.
Okay,
I might need
maybe
you
more
to narrow it
specific.
down.
You're gonna slide another silver coin.
More specific. More specific, Nazi, more specific. What do you know about the current affairs
Presented information. Where do we go from here?
of the town.
Ah.
Could you, Rosa, could you roll me a D10, please?
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. It's all under control, don't worry.
That's almost spilling the cup of tea.
No one's saying it's all under control. Has any semblance of control.
4. What do you mean, Joe?
I mean, I say it all
No
the time.
comment.
I have no control.
A 4. Oh, well, current affairs, I hear it all. Running a tavern such as this. A lot of folks are getting mighty tired of these dark days. It has been almost 2 years now. It's fair to say, I think a lot of folk here in 10 Towns have lost a fair bit of hope. I suppose that's why we turn to whatever seems to ease our troubles. We hear all sorts, though. We hear stories coming out of the other towns. Just the other day I had a fella, I think he was from Kair Koenig, that's the town just north of Dinaval. They say there's thieves wandering the streets of the town, but they leave no trace. They're stealing things, ornaments, figurines, but the people there think they're going mad. But they're invisible or something.
You leave your windows open all the time.
Visible.
Oh, that's just in Brynlander. I believe it's a different custom in every town.
You should say that. We've come across some invisible thieves. Some thieving thieves.
On the road or here in Brynlander?
On our way here.
Well, I would suspect that you should probably tell the speaker if you get a chance to see her, or the town sheriff, Markham.
It is
I don't
truly
think
dark
they've heard from the.
times.
Oh, as I was saying, I don't think they've heard from the speaker up in Caer Konig for a long while. They're a little bit more isolated than the other towns.
What was the town sheriff's name again?
So the sheriff of Brynlander is a human called Markham Southwell. I will pop that in the chat.
Taking names.
There's a lot. I'm on page 2. Lots of notes.
Falar, you would know that this is unusual for Brynlander to have a militia. And Raz, I believe you actually queried this earlier as well, perhaps in a different session. There's no standing guards, sort of police force or any sort of town guard in all of 10 Towns. So this local militia is a new development.
Okay. This is a very interesting political dynamics. Thank you very much for the conversation.
No problem. Always happy to chat.
Keep me in mind. My name is Nazia.
Nazia. Well, you have rooms here paid up for the night, and there'll be more food and drink later on when you get back from your business. So if you need to chat any more, I'll be here.
Oh, perfect. Nice. Ah, what great hospitality. Love this place. It's excellent.
At this point, the door to the tavern will swing open very hurriedly, and in runs a familiar figure, a dwarf that we know as Garn Blackiron.
Oh god.
Yeah, boy.
And how much has the party drank?
I think
How long have we been
One?
here?
One.
Probably
So,
one.
Raz is
yeah.
One and a
nursing
half.
one.
Yeah, okay. So yous are fine. Garn will rush up to... Oh, sorry, on you.
Oh.
Sorry, Archie, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was just say that's just business fuel.
Absolutely. Garn will rush up to your table. The other two tables will kind of turn to watch him very quickly pace up to you all. Well, I'm so sorry to interrupt y'all. You're getting comfy, you're getting rested. I get it, but I didn't know who else to come and speak to. I was gonna go to the speaker, but she's in meetings all morning. I need another favor, and I need it quickly.
Is everything okay?
No. Those fellas that I sent down to get the supplies, they were taking them back up in kind of shifts, and one of them took a wrong turn down in the Warrens and woke something up.
Woke something up? What do you mean?
Well, I'm not 100% sure what it is yet, but it's chased them back to the surface, and I think it's trying to get into my warehouse.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, bodyguards, assemble.
Gather up our stuff, like,
Pick up the pack. Let's go.
Just gonna look around at, like, the patrons, just like, what? What do you want?
The cloak is still wet, but now it's like warm, wet. And it's the worst.
It's like steaming.
Ugh.
We do have backup clothes, so you know.
That's true.
We do.
We just leave these here, like over the fire.
Yeah.
Let's go. Which way to the warehouse? He
No,
says
Garn
down in the
will-
second pint.
Garn will rush back out of the Northlook and will lead you all down back towards Companion Square, and then further you see that there's two main roads that connect into Companion Square: the southern road that you came through the gate and the northern road that leads to the Northlook. But there is a few smaller side streets, and he leads you down one of these into the southeastern quarter, which is predominantly industry but mostly warehouses. And you would know that Brinslander is kind of known for logistics, for like keeping goods and distributing them amongst the other towns of 10 towns. And he leads you down these kind of very like grid-based streets. You turning left, turning right, and then suddenly you come to a very large, again, wooden warehouse. The foundation's built of stone with a large sliding door that is currently half open, and he directs you all inside, where you see there are like several, like maybe 5 or 6 of his men. There's one that is currently like holding his arm, and there are like 3 slashes on his arm that's bleeding, and he's like leaning up against a post.
What happened?
Oh. Yeah.
Is there a monster
Going
nearby?
up to him and
Well, you casting Cure Wounds?
You're cute.
Go ahead and roll the healing for me.
I know how to do things.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. That's the confidence I like to hear.
That's 8 points of healing.
Wow.
Nice. The gentleman, one of the workers you saw earlier as Garn led you to the small cavern below Bryn Shander, you see... What does your healing look like, Luna, as you cast Cure Wounds?
Kind of like... It's like when skin melds together, but instead it looks like it's melting together.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. At first, he's like... that
Does it hurt?
It doesn't. It looks like it should hurt, but that's better. Thank you. There's something down there. Well, it was down there. I think it was sleeping, and I took a wrong turn. Bloody tunnels, and I think I woke it up, and I think whatever it was has been hibernating down there for God knows how long. 2 years?
2 years, you say?
2 years, you say?
What did it look like?
I mean, it was large. I think it had fur or feathers. I'm not sure.
Oh shit.
It was white though.
Oh shit.
And did I say it was large? I mean, it was large. And at this point, there is an almighty bang from the far end of the warehouse, and you see that there is a large, very large, trap door with a ring pull, and the floorboards around it seem to be heaving upwards and cracking and splintering at something trying to get through.
I think it makes the ready in action o'clock.
Yes. Draw my.
I think Raz, like, he is immediately like on high alert, and he looks around and is immediately going to scan the floor, scan anything, look at like the way the cloth on, like, the fabric on the guy's arm is torn, and I'm looking for telltale signs of a certain type of creature that Raz has fought before. Is there a way I can, like, try and figure out what it could be?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think make me a nature check with advantage because of your background.
That's just a 10.
I'll say with a 10, you might not know. You have a pretty good hunch, Raz. Mm-hmm. Only because those wounds that Luna just healed look very similar to some scars you already have.
Sweet. There's like a very telltale ringing of steel being pulled from a scabbard, and Raz draws his longsword.
And this creature answers with another crash as the trap door doesn't so much be opened as it is swatted from beneath it by a large paw and a large claw, and it goes flying and smashes off the ceiling, and splinters rain down onto the rest of the warehouse, and you see part of the floor crumble inwards and floorboards beginning to stick up at horrible angles. You hear the sound of wood creaking and cracking and snapping, and you see something large begin to scrabble and paw and grunt and growl and pull its way up into the warehouse. At first, you think it's a large bear, but you see feathers along its back, and it is larger than any bear you have ever encountered. Perhaps save you, Raz, because you recognize this creature and your hunch was right. But you have not fought this kind of creature. As this creature has the body of this bear with feathers, but the head of an owl. But it seems different here in the north. It's pulling itself out, and you see its bloated, fat body. It's obviously ate and readied itself for hibernation, and it's confused. It's been winter for 2 years, and why hasn't it become summer and spring yet? And its eyes lock with the first 5 figures it sees, standing there with weapons drawn, as this snowy owlbear screeches at you all. And unfortunately, that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Fantastic. Oh, well done.
Bad for it, guys.
Me too.
Yeah, we
Let's try and
can't
calm it
kill
down.
it. It's cute. Can
It's
we
confused.
tame it?
Non-lethal
just
damage
so
toggle.
confused.
I don't have
Like,
any animal
why?
handling, so.
I've got
Well-
I've got animal handling.
Did you prep charm creature?
Let's
That
have a
thing-
look. See. No, I have charm person, and I have speak with animals.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it counts because it might not count.
I have
I have
searing
be
smite
spawned,
prepped.
but it only works on things that don't hate me.
If you have Owlbear Rodeo open, you may position yourself before the start of
Yeah,
next session,
baby.
and
Oh.
you can also see what the snowy owlbear looks like.
Oh,
Look at that
that's a
dude.
cool map, dude.
Well,
Look at that
mine's
dude.
easy. Where was the guy leaning?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes, I should mention that basically as soon as this thing begins crawling into the room, all of Garn's workers get the fuck out of there.
I mean, fair. Yeah, where was the guy standing?
Because that's where Luna will be.
He was up
Yeah,
against
that's
a
where I'll be.
post. So over here, Luna, can you see my
Oh,
pointer?
perfect cover.
Yeah.
I'll take
So
it.
he was leaning up against that large post that's holding up the ceiling.
I think Raz would have definitely,
Excellent.
like, as whatever thing's bursting through the ground, he's taken like a couple of steps forward and just
Towards
like, brought
it.
the tower shield up and like I just imagine does, like, you know, like when Link sort of like Z locked on and he like swings the sword a little bit, he's like proper doing that. I'm like, oh no. Oh.
Thank you all so much. I hope you had fun.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
I am aware
Yeah,
that there's a lot of
so many
names
notes.
and a lot of information
I
because we just
know.
arrived.
So excited to
But I
type
hope
it up.
that's okay.
So many people. No, it's
Thank
fine.
you.
We're used to it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's fun. Thanks. I can't wait to not fight this owlbear.
Yeah, we're gonna
Same.
call it.
Non-lethal Serum Smite, please.
How do you do that?
Can we
Oh, well.
convert natural 20s only for next session for trying to get the owlbear to come be your friend?
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe,
tell
these
my
are
exactly.
dice.
terrible rolls.
Tell my dice.
Yeah, my rolls were shocking today.
That would make a really good mount. Just saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Get a saddle on
Imagine
there.
storming the castle with that one. Save, not hostage.
Or you're like
taking.
hiding around the corner.
No, it's tactical.
Uh-huh. Tactical.
Tactical hide.
I've heard that
what's
before.
over there?
I thought there might
He's
be something important in this crate, so I hid in it.
He totally ran out with Garn's workers. He's like, fuck this!
He like rocks back up once the fighting's done. Wow, goodness me, we did tremendously in there.
Great
Oh,
work,
wasn't that
team.
good? Whew, that was so much hard work. He's so, like at the back, like, whew. Oh, that's so funny. Well, looking forward to that fight.
Mhm.
Uh,
So
when
we
is-
don't have
when
a.
is that fight?
That's just what I say. We don't have a date booked in yet, but we'll get a when available put together. And although I imagine the next couple of weeks for you, Archie, are going to be fairly busy as your things are getting sorted.
A little bit.
I think we did it to the end of the month anyway, so
Okay.
and
Was
it'll
it?
be December now.
Which is probably going to be quite busy for everyone, I imagine.
Yeah.
Nope. Not for me, bitches. Apart from actually over Christmas, obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna say more over Christmas.
I mean, me and Joe actually need to, move in to our house. that we
Yeah, you
still
probably
live
should
in.
do that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ye-
like the builder's been round, things have been done. Like we're
That's true, but
Yeah.
so we have things are now moving
just a
finally.
plaster and then we're sorted.
Oh, that's so
The wall
exciting.
has been knocked down.
The house has been knocked down.
The whole house is
That's
gone.
it. We killed it.
We're
Done.
just gonna get there. It's like
Storage.
that bit in Willy Wonka when his dad's house is gone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just vanished. Well, in that case, hope everyone has a good night, has a good few weeks.
Look at you
Yes.
finishing on time as well. Crazy.
Easy.
Well, there was a little bit more that we can get to next time.
As always.
Murder,
But-
murder, kill, kill.
No.
Um,
Oh,
Yes, Thank you.
We'll need to have a team meeting about Christmas.
I keep thinking about it and then forgetting.
Yes, not right now, obviously, but we'll need to have a team meeting at some point to chat about what we're doing. But for now,
sorry, one last little thing.
No.
A guy I've done a bunch of voiceover for has just said that a mod for Fallout 4, one of part of the big paid mods sort of launch they've done, it releases tomorrow. The one that I'm in. Was so
Oh, that's awesome.
fucking cool.
That's exciting.
So apparently it goes live tomorrow at some point.
is that Daniel?
Everyone, yeah.
So famous now.
Fully like companion mod that follows you throughout the entire game. So,
Creep.
it launches tomorrow.
Oh, creep.
I know.
You're so weird. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's really exciting, honey.
Waiting for days for it to come out.
It's very cool.
Well, goodbye, chubs.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye,
Travis.
chummy.
Thank you all so much.
Thank
Like,
you.
well,
Bye.
have a lem sip.
Good night.
Yes, have a lem
Yes,
sip.
hope you're feeling better soon.
Pew.
Bye.
Right,
Bye.
bye all.